Yeah, so the Kickoff Classic starts Wednesday. So this will be released on Wednesday. So it will be starting this afternoon, and it goes until Saturday. We've got 46 teams playing down there in the Metro East area from all across the state. Some big time matchups throughout the week. We've got Normal Community versus Edwardsville, Joliet Catholic versus Edwardsville, Joliet Catholic versus O'Fallon, New Trier versus Mascoutah, Triad versus Morris. But the Kickoff Classic, it should be an awesome week of games. I'm excited to get down there and see some of these teams and see some of these Chicago matchups for Central Illinois, Southern Illinois matchups, and should be good. So I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add to that, but feel
I
free.
was just gonna say I think it's nice at the Kickoff Classic. I remember last year was my first one, but you usually get some Power 25 matchups. We're gonna touch on that here in a little bit, but it's a good measuring stick, I think, right out of the gate for us when we do this Power 25 and we get to stack these teams on top of each other and see how they do head to head. So I know you mentioned like Community versus Edwardsville, JCA Edwardsville, like those are two I want to say top 15 matchup. So I think that's the cool thing is you're going to get some really good games down there this week.
And not just Power 25 matchups, right? Like Power 25 matchups from different parts of the state. So, like, the Edwardsville and JCA matchup, they're probably not going to typically play each other if there's no kickoff classic, right? Until, like, maybe they meet later down the line. Um, but no, you just run into some cool ones like that, like New Trier Mascoutah as well, Triad and Morris. Like, a lot of these are Power 25 matchups, but they're, like, the complete opposites of the state, and we get to see it. So, it's really cool.
And I just want to shout out Tim Funkhauser, Edwardsville's head coach, kind of puts this whole thing together, maps out the schedules, does all the umpires. There is a lot of logistics to this. So shout out, for that. And I love that we're, able to be a part of this. And we're planning on bringing down a big crew so we can cover as many fields as possible. On that Friday, Saturday, though, it gets loaded. We won't be at every single field, but we will be out and about seeing as many good matchups as we can. And I think you guys hit it, right on the head there with everything you were saying. I love like we're going to see pretty much teams from all across the state, all areas, and there's going to be a couple guys that pop that maybe we wouldn't see us Staunton, on a normal day, and we're seeing them first week of the season. So it's like, hey, cross-checking these guys, getting these guys coming out of the winter, and it's like, oh man, okay, we need to see this team again, or this team's way better than we thought, or this prospect is way better than we thought. We need to get another look at them, whatever it may be. So just a really, really good way to see a ton of baseball the first week of the season.
Yeah, we'll turn it over to some of these college scores from the past weekend. If you guys see anything that kind of sticks out to you, feel free just to hop in there. But first thing on Friday, Illinois beat Valpo 13-9, and Luke Weber got in and had 2 innings in relief, struck out 2, walked none, allowed no runs, and only allowed a hit. So good outing there in relief for Luke Weber. But I mean, guys, do you see anything else down here on the list? Like, we don't need to
I
go
see
through
another
every
Kenny
every game.
Perez
But
sighting. I know I
yeah,
touched on him last week or 2 weeks ago, so it's really good to see Kenny's hitting well, especially as a freshman, right out of the gate. Seems like he's having really no issue acclimating to Division One baseball out of the gate. But also Luke Weber, like both those guys were 2022 future gamers for us, so I think that's really cool that both guys are off to hot starts.
yeah, and looking at Illinois State on Saturday, 2 Illinois guys, Shy Robinson and Dan Pacella showing out. Robinson went 3 for 5 with a homer, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and Pacella went with 4 for 4 with with a double, 2 runs and a walk. So that's cool to see. Colin Jennings too, a Marist kid, 2 for 3 with a homer, 2 RBIs, 2 runs and a walk in Illinois' win over Valpo on Saturday. And then Tyler Capron from Peoria for Eastern Illinois. He started through 6.2 innings, struck out 5, walked 3, allowed 1 run and 6 hits. I know we talked about him a few weeks back. I think that was closer to opening weekend for him when he had another good outing. But it's cool to see he's continuing to find success. But yeah, I think that kind of wraps it up for some college scores. I mean, there was a lot going on around the state. Um, but
Gavin,
yeah,
just to
get in there,
touch on
Drew.
Illinois State real quick and Daniel Pasella, but like I just want to break down. He's hitting 433 right now, with 8 doubles and 4 home runs. He's he's got some of the best power, I would say, in the Midwest. And then for him to kind of match that with hitting 433 on the year, that's a heck of a start for him. So hopefully that continues to trend that way. I know he's leading Illinois State in hitting. They have a lot of Illinois guys kind of mixed in their positionally in their roster. Looking through some of the notes here, Josh Outlaw, he was a former Future Gamer, went JUCO. Now he's over there getting some ABs, doing well. Kyle Gibson. We talk about this all the time. Like Jack Zebig got a he got a shout out last week for going, D2 and then transferring to D1, and he's doing it in Illinois right now. But Kyle Gibson went to Millikin, and now he's at Illinois State, and he's one of their leading hitters, left-handed hitter from the Chicagoland area. So wanted to shout that out as well, and hopefully we'll continue. I mean, shoot, as we're talking here, Ryan Mormon, he's a guy that went from Illinois to Ole Miss, and he's absolutely raking down there. He's a Lockport grad. So I'm sure there's going to be more guys that continue to pop up throughout the year that we can touch on.